So guys, the most important part in the manual troubleshooting, first you understand the manual and then you go for understanding the problems. So problem number 1 is distillation rate has dropped. A little bit tricky, this Sasakura model thinks distillate generation rate, that means freshwater production has reduced. So low production, as in the alpha level also, first troubleshooting is related to low production. Here also first production related to low production. Okay. Now let us see why will a freshwater generator produce less amount of.
To every marine engineer out there, from junior engineer to chief engineer and electrical officer, we all know that earning respect on ship is very important. We all know fast promotions are very important, and we all know that इज्जत कमानी है, promotion चाहिए तो काम आना चाहिए, तो जूते पड़ते हैं, गालियां पड़ती हैं, and for that you need a good mentor. Sometimes we keep finding those mentors on board ship, अगर नहीं मिल रहे तो MNDFLIX है ना, Merchant Navy Decoded has launched a subscription model where you can find more than 30 plus courses with respect to your rank, helping you earn respect on ship. Please enroll on these free trial videos, watch these videos as per rank, and then decide whether you want to invest or not with a very good flexible payment plan as well. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata.
Freshwater. So the manual says the evaporator tubes or the heater tubes are fouled up. What do you mean by fouled up? Because these are the tubes over here. You will find these are tube stacks like this. So these have now completely filled with salt water. And in this type of freshwater generator where manual cleaning of the heater is not possible, only chemical cleaning is possible. So it becomes a big problem if all the tubes are, in that case you have to completely, in dry dock it is done, completely removal of the stack and then cleaning thoroughly. So generally does not happen, but if the freshwater generator has been run at with very high, temperatures of jacket water, in that case sometimes it might happen. So we have to be very careful. How do you check this fouling up? Yes, very important point here is there is a gauge. This is like a stick, okay, round stick, which is called the go no go gauge. Okay, that means this is similar to this. If I say you, it will be of the size of the evaporator tube. So when you put this inside the tube, the gauge should easily go in and come out. If it is easily moving in and coming out, that means the tube is not fouled. And if the tube is obstructed or fouled, this gauge will not move further. Okay, so this go no go gauge, go no go, as the name is saying, either it will go or it will not go. If it is going or not going, that you will identify. Through this you can identify the fouling. Okay, so how through fouling what will happen? If the tubes are fouled, what will happen is steam generation will not take place. Steam generation is not taking place, so definitely your condenser, even if condenser is clean, it will always condense whatever steam it is getting, and the produced water will be definitely in the less quantity than because the production of the steam is only less. Okay, so that is the first reason. Second reason is condenser is fouled up. So how do you know that condenser? In condenser also you will have a go no go gauge. You just give pass on the gauge inside and see if the tubes are okay, clean. If the gauge is going, this is like a stick, round stick. Okay, it is going the same size of the tube. If it is going freely, the tube is okay. Otherwise, the tube is choked. So that is also how to identify the condenser. If condenser is choked or dirty, even if too much steam is produced over here, condenser will not be able to condense. Okay, because cooling water is obstructed, no passage of the cooling water flow is less. So even if the steam is too much, in that case cell temperature will rise very much. Okay, cell temperature will rise vacuum will also drop because too much amount of steam will be accumulated here. So condenser is fouled in that case. So in that case also production drops. Third is hot water temperature is low. So jacket cooling water temperature low. So this is my jacket water temperature inlet side here, and here is my temperature gauge. So I am talking about this temperature gauge. If this temperature gauge is suppose saying only 70 degrees centigrade, it should show 83 degrees centigrade and above, around that. Okay, so if it is showing say 70, so that is low temperature of the jacket water. If this temperature is going inside, will it be sufficient to heat the seawater or the feed water? No. So feed water will not be heated up properly. If the heating is not, or heat exchange is not proper, steam generation is not proper, scaling will take place. Okay, so in that case the steam production is only less because the heating medium temperature is less. So that is how your production is dropping. Next is flow rate is also low. So even if the temperature is maintained, the amount of, because see there it depends on two factors, not just temperature, also the quantity. The amount of water flowing into a tube along with what is the temperature of that water flowing. Both depend on how much will the steam generation happen. Okay, so if the line is blocked or clogged, the flow rate will drop, no? So if your bypass valve is open more, your inlet water will not go. Okay, so the flow rate will drop even if the temperature is okay. So increase the cooling flow rate. So increase the cooling flow rate by adjusting the bypass valve. The manual is not saying what you have to do, it's just saying increase the cooling flow rate. Basically, increase the hot water flow rate. In this case, you have to just open the bypass. Close the bypass. When you close the bypass, inlet flow will increase. Okay, next is cooling water flow rate is very low. Cooling water flow rate is very low means the flow of the cooling water, that is the water from the ejector pump side, this water. Okay, this is the cooling water over here. The cooling water flow rate is less. If your cooling water flow rate is less, what you can do is you need to check the strainer over here. Okay, or you need to check the ejector, why is it not able to pass on, or it's a pressure over here, discharge pump pressure of the ejector pump. So through that you can adjust the flow rate. Okay, the cooling water flow rate. Next is side glass is filled with water, and last one is the degree of vacuum is dropping. Okay, so problem is with the ejector, brine injector. Maybe the nozzle is choke or something like that, or the pressure of the injector pump is less. So this is you can relate to the same of the troubleshooting that we have discussed in detail in the plate type exchanger. Okay, so maybe the problem with the brine induction, that is why side glass is getting filled up. Next is degree of vacuum has dropped. So if vacuum is dropping, there can be reasons like not effective brine induction, too much of steam generation, shell temperature will also rise. So if all of them say only one thing, that if vacuum, because these plants are working only with vacuum, the vacuum is not there, a vacuum has dropped for any reason, production has definitely to drop. Okay, because in that case the boiling temperature will also rise. The boiling temperature will rise, so your effective heating will not take place here. So steam generation will not be there, and then cooling will not be there. So that is the reason why as the vacuum drops, definitely your production will drop. Next is evaporation temperature has dropped. Evaporating temperature has dropped. That means the temperature in the evaporator. Okay, because of the because the temperature here depends directly upon the heating medium. The heating medium here is the jacket water. So if the heating medium has been affected, either the temperature has dropped or the pressure has, the flow has dropped. Either the pressure has dropped, that by that I mean the flow has dropped or the temperature has dropped. Both will result in a lesser temperature in the heater. If the heater temperature is less, there will be less evaporation. Okay, so temperature of the shell will also drop in this case. Evaporation temperature will drop, shell temperature will drop. What we have to do is close the bypass, increase the flow rate. Okay, increase the flow rate and increase the temperature if possible. By just by doing this jacket water temperature, we can increase the jacket water temperature also by just bypass. Third one is degree of vacuum in the evaporator has dropped. So the vacuum has dropped basically. So how does the vacuum drop? The first reason they give is the air is leaking. So we have to repair and check the leakage test. So leakage test I will take in one next lecture. Here we have to see that there is any air leakage. If air is definitely leaking out, the vacuum will not be maintained because this is a closed chamber. If anywhere the air leakage is happening, vacuum will drop. Second reason they give for vacuum dropping is water ejector is not working. So there can be reasons where you have to open up the ejector and see whether the nozzle is has become bigger in size, or the problem with the ejector unit. So because this is of brass and the ejector sometimes malfunctions due to this also. So that is also a reason why it can happen. Okay. So water ejector has malfunctioned, so that can also be one of the reasons for the vacuum of the evaporator unit to if the evaporator unit is dropping, so the production is also dropping in that case. Okay, the remaining troubleshooting we will discuss in the upcoming lecture. Okay, thank you.